模擬テスト第2回
The listening test for the first grade examination is about to begin. Listen carefully to the directions. You will not be permitted to ask questions during the test. This test has 4 parts. All of the questions in these 4 parts are multiple choice questions. For each question, choose the best answer from among the 4 choices written in your test booklet. On your answer sheet, find the number of the question and mark your answer. You are permitted to take notes for every part of this listening test. Now, here are the directions for Part 1. In this part, you will hear 10 dialogues, number 1 through number 10. Each dialogue will be followed by one question. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The dialogue and the question will be given only once. Now, let's begin.
Number 1. Hi, Jane. Did you hear about the boss's plan to get rid of all our overseas facilities?
Hi, John. Yeah, I sure did. The way I'd sum things up is that there is a danger of throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
I couldn't agree with you more. I realize that some of them need to go, but maybe we need to show the boss that he may be going too far.
Agreed. Let's work on a coordinated strategy to present at next week's staff meeting.
Question. What is the basic attitude of the speakers? Number 2.
Luke, it started raining. Do you have time to drive Peggy to kindergarten?
I'm sorry, Linda. I've got an early meeting this morning. Can't you catch the bus?
The bus will be even more crowded than usual, and it'll take twice as long. Besides, it would be nearly impossible to get the stroller on and off.
Okay, I get the picture. I guess 10 minutes won't make much difference. Question. How will the girl get to kindergarten this morning? Number 3. Good morning, Liz.
Morning, Bob. Though I'm not sure I know what's good about it. Did you see our competitor's new commercial on the TV last night? It beats our ad hands down.
I hate to have to agree, but I'll have a word with the PR company.
Well, that certainly needs to be done, but I'm not sure a word'll be enough. I know we've been using this company for years, but there comes a time.
Yeah, you're right. It's time to make a clean break. Question. What is Bob planning to do? Number 4. So, Sarah, I heard your new boss is getting a reputation for being rather demanding.
You can say that again. Being made to jump through hoops is, shall we say, not my style.
Have you tried reasoning with him?
I might as well save my breath. And anyway, I'm sure you've heard that our main competitor is opening a new office downtown and…
You wouldn't. Would you?
I already have.
Question. What is the woman planning to do next? Number 5. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, looks like you don't have a menu yet. Here you go.
Thanks, but I've already ordered.
Oh, did you want to change your order, sir?
Actually, I ordered a breakfast set at least 15 minutes ago, and it still hasn't come.
I'm really sorry, sir. Let me go and check to see why it's taking so long. Could you please tell me what you ordered?
Yes, I think it was called the Hearty Breakfast Set. 2 fried eggs over easy, hash browns, sausages, and bacon.
Okay, let me go check. I'm really sorry about that. Here you go, sir. We've added an order of toast for you. Would you like me to top up your coffee?
Yes, please. Thanks.
No problem. Enjoy your meal.
Question. What was the man's problem? Number 6.
He looked amazing. I just couldn't believe it was him.
I know. It's incredible what they can do with special effects these days, isn't it?
But he really did look like a 70-year-old woman. I can still hardly believe it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how he's ever going to live that down.
Well, one thing is for sure, the critics are never going to say he lacks versatility again.
Question: what are these people talking about? Number 7. Hello, Janet. It seems that sales for our new educational software are fairly stagnant. Any ideas why this might have happened?
Well, disposal income for consumers is at an all-time high, so that's definitely not a problem. Our advertising TV campaign has been quite popular, so the word of our product is definitely getting around.
That makes me even more concerned. This was supposed to be our big hit of the summer. If things don't start picking up soon, we could be forced to lay off some employees as early as next year.
Product sales do tend to be slow during the summer break, but as our back-to-school campaign starts, sales should begin to rise.
I hope you're right. Winter bonuses and this company's future could well depend on what happens in the next 3 months.
I'm quite confident there should be a turnaround in the near future.
Question: what is the man concerned about? Number 8. It seems the marketing was way off this time,
Yeah, who would have expected it to tank like that?
especially with all the press it has been given and the box office stars on board.
4th place and only $8 million for 900 screens on opening weekend. Doesn't look good.
Just goes to show you the public is tiring of the same old stuff. Question: what are they talking about? Number 9. Sarah, so what's going to be discussed at the special meeting next week?
It's a secret, but I heard we're merging with S&T.
Wow, that's big. The merger would definitely help us.
I wouldn't be so sure, Roger. Combining companies means combining 2 departments into one. Overhead expenses will be cut, which will mean layoffs.
And that even includes us engineers?
If the cuts make the company more efficient, yeah. I think marketing and HR will be hit the hardest, but it could be others too.
Guess I had better start shopping the resume around. I've only been here for 4 years.
You don't need to worry about that quite yet. I think I'm the one that should be concerned. I've only been here 3 years.
But you have supervisory experience, which helps. Maybe I should talk to my supervisor and find out more.
It's not official yet, so you'd better not. Go talk to Douglas. He's the one in the know.
Douglas? Think I'll pass. He's been known to exaggerate on occasion. Guess I'll just wait it out for a while. Question: what does the woman think about the merger? Number 10.
Good day, sir. Good day, madam. I'm Judith Albridge. Welcome to the new Country Life Development. Well, this is the cabin as described in the brochure we sent you, and all the space you can see behind the cabin is your garden.
Sounds to me like a lot of extra work.
Oh, come on, George. A spot of gardening would help you get rid of some of that weight you're carrying around.
True, but I'm not sure I'm up to it.
Ms. Albridge, I remember from the brochure that you offer a cleaning service. Is that right?
Yes, indeed, madam. For just a small annual fee, we take care of all the cleaning for you.
Overall, though, it's still pretty pricey as I remember.
Well, actually, sir, you've come just at the right time. For those customers who buy a cabin this year, we are offering a special discount of 20% off the advertised price.
Oh, George, we must buy it.
Well, I suppose it would be somewhere to get away to at weekends. Okay, you've convinced me. So long as we get the discount. Question: what will the couple do?
Here are the directions for Part 2. In this part, you will hear 5 passages, A through E. Each passage will be followed by 2 questions, number 11 through number 20. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The passage and the questions will be given only once. Now, let's begin.
A. Nanorobots. The film Fantastic Voyage tells the story of how a submarine containing a team of doctors was miniaturized and injected into a scientist's body. Even now, about 40 years later, the idea of reducing people to microscopic size is still pure science fiction. But in the rapidly expanding field of nanotechnology, the idea of using infinitely small devices to cure specific diseases no longer seems quite so fantastic. The crucial difference is that with miniaturized submarines, you start with something big and shrink it. But with nanotechnology devices, you start with very small bits of matter and build them up. Of course, as with any new field, there are also fears about misuse or unwanted consequences. With examples like the use of DNA in computers in mind, some scientists have speculated about self-replicating bacteria getting out of control. This is why in the U.S., as well as large federal grants to research in nanotechnology itself, grants are also being given to fund investigations into its ethical implications. One way or another, nanotechnology is going to impact on all our lives in the course of the next few decades. It is therefore vital that everyone has a full understanding of it.
Questions. Number 11. Why are some scientists concerned about nanotechnology? Number 12. What does the speaker think about nanotechnology? B. The changing position of women. For centuries, women have been considered inferior to men in many Western societies. The biblical story of Adam and Eve, in which Eve was created after Adam, was used to justify their inferior position. Although some exceptional women rebelled against the conventional view, in general a man's job was to go out and work, while a woman's job was to stay home, cook, and have children. But then in the 20th century, 2 world wars provided the primary stimulus for change. When all the able-bodied men had to go off and fight in the battlefields, their jobs were often taken over by women. People saw that women could do many jobs outside the home as well as men could, and sometimes better. Opening up higher education to women also made it easier for them to have independent careers. But one result of this has been that in many cases, women have had fewer children and the birth rate has fallen, resulting in serious social problems. So now society has to decide whether to try and turn the clock back and return to the way things were a century ago, or whether to try and find a way of enabling women to have children and an independent career at the same time.
Questions. Number 13. What did people use as the justification for seeing women as inferior? Number 14. What often happened when men went to fight in the 2 world wars? C. Urban riots. In April 1981, in Brixton, South London, there was widespread rioting. Cars were set on fire, windows were broken, and hundreds of people were arrested. In November 2005, many towns in France, first those around Paris, and then other regional towns, also saw widespread rioting, with cars torched, windows broken, and many people injured. In both cases, the root cause was large-scale poverty and deprivation. In the British case, most of the rioters were young black people, and in the French case, people of Arab or North African ethnic origin. In both cases, they were citizens of the countries concerned. They felt that they had suffered discrimination in housing, education, and employment, and it took just one spark to set off a riot. The root cause and the symptoms of the problem are fairly clear, but the solution is far from simple. Some right-wing politicians blame immigration, but in many cases, the families concerned have lived in the host country for several generations. After the Brixton riots in Britain, the government launched a large-scale urban regeneration program, and this has been quite successful. However, there is still a lot of poverty and deprivation in all the world's major cities, which means that there are still a lot of riots waiting to happen.
Questions. Number 15. What is the main link between the riots in France and the riots in the UK? Number 16. What did the British government do after the Brixton riots?
D. Igloos make chicken keeping easy. One British marketing success in 2004 and 5 has been the Igloo, spelt E-G-L-U. Igloos are produced by the British company Omelette, and the co-founder of the company said of them, "The Igloo is the first ever major rethink of domestic chicken keeping." It is well known that children who keep pets become more self-reliant, and that keeping pets helps to offset the stress of modern urban living. Omelette has successfully capitalized on this knowledge by offering people the chance to have a different kind of pet, with the additional benefit of having fresh eggs every day. The Igloo was designed by 4 graduates of the Royal College of Art in London. The original intention of the designers was to find a way of enabling people to get close to their food and improve their quality of life. Igloos are semicircular in shape and come in many different colours. They will house 2 to 3 chickens and come complete with a chicken run of about 2 square metres in area. Thus, the chickens are free to run about and hunt for worms, while foxes and other predators are kept out. Whether families will want to have their pets for dinner when their egg-producing days are over remains to be seen.
Questions. Number 17. What was the basic motive of the people who designed the igloos? Number 18. What is likely to happen to the chickens when they have stopped laying eggs? E. Chaos theory. Today, we're going to examine why it's so difficult to make accurate weather forecasts for more than a short time ahead. To find the answer, we need to look at a relatively new science called chaos theory. The father of chaos theory is a meteorologist called Edward Lorenz. In the late 1960s, Lorenz was working on weather forecasting at MIT. In the course of his work, he discovered that very tiny variations in the initial weather conditions could produce large variations in the final results. It had previously been assumed that initial variations in weather conditions of less than 0.1% could be ignored. Lorenz showed that these minor variations in the weather should not be overlooked, and the theory that was developed on the basis of his observations came to be called chaos theory. In practical terms, Lorenz's findings meant that it was impossible to predict the weather accurately for more than a few days ahead, and that is still the case today. Later on, the same theory was also applied to a range of different social sciences, ranging from economics to healthcare. In all these fields, the initial conditions involve human behavior, and because human behavior is unpredictable, accurate forecasting is very difficult or impossible.
Questions. Number 19. What is the main idea behind chaos theory? Number 20. Why is accurate forecasting in the social sciences difficult? Here are the directions for Part 3. In this part, you will hear 5 passages, F through J. The passages represent real-life situations and may contain sound effects. Each passage will have one question, number 21 through number 25. Before each passage, you will have 10 seconds to read the situation and question written in your test booklet. After you hear the passage, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The passage will be given only once. Now, let's begin.
F. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 21.
Attention, everyone. This is an emergency announcement. A fire has broken out on the first floor of the store. It is a relatively small fire, and we are confident that it can be contained, but as a precautionary measure, we are evacuating everyone from the building. Remain calm and do not panic. Please refrain from trying to use the elevators. Do not try to use your cell phone until you are outside the store. Certain members of the staff have been designated to act as leaders in this situation. Stay where you are until you see a designated member of the staff. Each one will be carrying a loudspeaker and will guide you to the nearest emergency exit. We repeat, there is no need for panic. The fire is being contained and you will be perfectly safe if you follow these instructions.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet. G. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 22.
Attention, all passengers waiting to catch the 10:30 express bound for Scotland. We regret to inform you that the departure of this train is delayed due to the late arrival of the train from Scotland. It appears that the late train suffered engine trouble and will have to be inspected. Details of the expected departure time and departure platform will be put on the departures board in the main entrance hall of the station. Please check it periodically and wait for a further announcement. There are a number of cafeterias in the station where light refreshments can be purchased in the meantime. Passengers travelling to Bristol. The 10:40 train will now leave from platform number 7. That's platform number 7. Finally, the 10:45 Rapid Express to Birmingham will depart 5 minutes late.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet. H. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 23.
Attention all passengers. This is an emergency announcement. Due to malfunctioning of our basic computer system, We have become unable to process inbound or outbound aircraft. As a result, all flights are cancelled until further notice. Technicians are now working to identify the problem. It is expected to take at least 12 hours for the system to return to normal, but we hope to have some planes back in service rather more quickly. Passengers resident in Britain are advised to return home and telephone our hotline number for more details. Domestic passengers wishing to inquire about refunds should ask for details at the check-in counter of their airline. International passengers requiring emergency hotel accommodation are advised to contact their airline's information desk for assistance.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
I. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 24.
Thank you for inquiring about the possibility of working as a volunteer at our hospital. We welcome volunteers of all ages from 20 to 60. Volunteers are expected to attend the hospital for a minimum of 3 hours, 1 day a week. A 1-month training course consisting of lectures, discussions, and practical training is held once every 3 months on Thursday evenings from 6 to 9. The next course begins in January. To apply for this course, please telephone our information desk between 9 and 5 Monday through Friday. If you would like us to send you more details before applying, please leave your name and address after the beep at the end of this message.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
J. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 25.
Welcome to the newly renovated Good Life bookstore. We would like to inform customers that as a result of the recent renovation work, some categories of books have been moved away from their previous location. You will now find books on skincare and organic cosmetics on the basement floor, where we also now offer a small selection of incense and essential oils. Books on hiking and other outdoor activities are now located in the rear section of the first floor. Books on healthy eating, including recipe books and meal suggestions, are for this week only in the special exhibition room on the third floor. They will normally be at the front section of the first floor of the store, but this week that space is being temporarily used to accommodate a brand new collection of books on Oriental medicine and herbs.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
Finally, here are the directions for Part 4. In this part, you will hear an interview. The interview will be followed by 2 questions, number 26 and number 27. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The interview and the questions will be given only once. Now, let's listen to the interview. This is an interview with a nurse.
Hello, everyone. Today we welcome Carol Davies to our program. Carol is Dean of the School of Nursing at a large British university. Welcome to the program, Carol.
Thank you, Robert. It's my pleasure.
So tell me, Carol, what brings you to Japan?
Well, I'm here to give a lecture at a Japanese nursing college. And you know, because I'm among nurses with whom I have such a lot in common, even though I don't speak any Japanese, I feel totally at home.
What you are saying, I think, is that by being a nurse, you are part of a global community.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. So, what stimulated you to take up nursing initially?
I think mainly my personal circumstances. You see, my mother died of cancer, and even after the doctors had given up on her, it was the nurses who continued to give her their total commitment right up to the end. And it was then that I decided that's what I want to do with my life.
I can understand that as a motivation. So, looking back over your career, how would you sum up, on the one hand, the main plus points of nursing, and on the other hand, the problems?
Well, plus points first, opportunities to travel to advanced and developing countries, the knowledge that your skills will always be needed, a wide range of specialities within nursing, and, as I mentioned earlier, the feeling of comradeship with other nurses everywhere. Next, the problems. I think the main thing here is that nursing can be very demanding, physically and emotionally. Maybe there's some friction among the staff. You've had to deal with a succession of difficult patients, had to work extra time because of a staff shortage. There'll be times when you feel everything is getting on top of you. But you know, even in that sort of situation, you remember that you hold people's lives in your hands, and you discover within yourself resources that you didn't know you had.
So, Carol, what advice would you give to young people wanting to take up nursing?
It's difficult to give a short answer, but to all young women and nowadays slowly but to an increasing extent young men who want to be nurses, I'd say, firstly, of course, get a degree in nursing from a good nursing college or university. Get a thorough grasp of all the technical knowledge you need, but never forget that the foundation of nursing is human caring. Make sure that you keep yourself fit, read as widely as you can, and develop a positive outlook on life.
That's very good advice. I wonder, to close, could you give us an anecdote from your experience?
Yes, this is a true story. There was an old lady in a terminal cancer ward, and the nurse looking after her noticed that she was asking for increasing doses of morphine. The doctor said this was inevitable, but the nurse spent a long time talking to her and found that she was desperately worried about what would happen to her pet dog after she died. The nurse investigated and fortunately was able to find a good home for the dog. When she was able to give this news to the old lady, her need for morphine suddenly decreased. I think that sums up the essence of nursing.
What a heartwarming story on which to end. Thank you, Carol, for joining us.
Thank you, Robert. It has been my pleasure.
Questions. Number 26. What stimulated Carol to take up nursing as a career? Number 27. How does Carol think nurses react in very tiring situations?
Your time is up. Stop writing and wait quietly until the answer sheets have been collected.
これでこの CD は終わりです。